Good evening, friends, and welcome. It's Sunday evening and it's time to some league matches in San Marino. Hello, Hampson. I just saw your very unlucky result this weekend. The game engine is really not trying to help you these days. It's a bit sad to see. Not your season, no, it's how long can you go on with your current squad, though? League-wise, yeah. NK Draka. Man marking did a good job. but I guess there's still chances, right? I mean, if they beat each other in the league still, I mean, $48-37. Okay, I mean, almost as much of a like the chance for a draw in that one is just as big almost, so yeah. Club San Marino. Difficult match today. I think mainly also because they've had such a good start to the season. The victim today? That's the question. That is actually the question. Inter Calvaheo? Nasty Dragons are playing Ale Bongola. Ooh, that's an important match and also keep a spot in the top 4. Nasty Dragons crashing out of the cup this Wednesday. Possessor and AC Trapicari up against La Sera Amines. Looks like a tough match. In the top flight we have Legalin against Penarosa Bramante. That's a new logo. I apologize if I accidentally cough. I'm starting to feel a little bit under the weather, which is very annoying because I've been ill a few times already this year. So I'm hoping it's a very light cold. Penarosa. Double TSI, but over 2 years ahead average. Top match today. Interesting to see who wins that one. The Magdalenas against Vegan FC. Also, it's the top 4 playing against each other today. Looking strictly at the numbers, Magdalenas should be favorites today. Soria and Marino. No points so far. Hard to judge. Hey! Vitamin H. Well, Hattrick wise, I'm very well. We did get a very nice win in Denmark, by the way. But let's feel a bit sore in my throat, to be honest. Yeah, it could be. Have some. Guedes versus Pico Besse. Hard to pick from the numbers. I think Pico might be the favorites here. Turisto Lituano MJ playing against Mary and then Magdalene, but it's a bot team, so should be a big victory here. And Fayetano Fins up against Titanes. That looks very tough from the rebuild context that Fayetano Fins are in. But you'll never know. You'll never know. It's time to look at some ratings. Let's start out in the top flight. Legalin versus Penarosa. That's a high scoring encounter, it seems. I'm guessing Legalin with 2 at the back here. No, 3. Taking down the wings. Interesting to see if we get a man mark from Rodriguez here. Maybe on the technical forward. That's my guess anyway. Vegan in a counter-attack mythical. High scoring encounter coming up here as well. Mayalena's looking strong though. Very strong. San Marino League. Long shots from Ipesenti today. But are they doing well enough in the midfield? I'm not entirely sure. Guedes playing for midfield against Pico Besse. Wow. Hey, Oregano. Looks like a tough match today for you. Confident display here for Turisto Lituano. Playing it cool probably against the bots. Makes good sense. And there's the first one from a corner. Yeah. This scenario is not even funny. I mean... Trepichetti. Extraterrestrial counterattack. If they can hit the left, perhaps. Guedes. With the first goal of the evening in the top flight. Rick Price. It's Fanel Lazarel. Plays it off to Rick Price, everyone off guard, and he converts it 2 minutes into the game. Nasty Dragons versus Ale Mongola. Dominant midfield display from Nasty Dragons. This should give them the win. Just 1 minute until we get to see any man marking scenarios as well. Alright, so we are trying to see if we can catch them by surprise. Because Club San Marino Uno always play all out attack. Hey Dusk. Games just started, so they play all out attack, and we really didn't have any way to stop the attack other than playing 5-5-0, and we are only passable in the formation experience, so it will be a gamble. But if we can hit the sides, if we are lucky and they miss some attacks, we might have a chance for a point or so. Oh, I'm muted, man. So what I was just saying, they have a fair amount of players very low in stamina, so hopefully we can hold them away for a while. I lost a super close game to my dad this Saturday, and I'll never hear the end of it. You have to win the next one. It's about the bragging rights. Okay, here comes Rodriguez, man marking Bricola in midfield, okay? And Pavlovic, Piqueras. Okay, both of them going for midfield negation here. And it's definitely the better case after the man mark for Penarosa. I had a solid setup overall, but only got two counter attack triggers. That was super annoying. You'll be lucky some other time. Brilliant start to the match, but now let's see. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, but it's because I've also started coughing now. Feels bad. We're doing fairly well, but we suffered an unfortunate loss in the cup. But can't really complain about how matches have been going so far. At least it's not very nice when you're talking a lot. I was eliminated early. It was a bummer, but in the league it's going very well for me. I will be honest, I'm not super try-hard. I just noticed in the match order page I currently have 678 hat stats with mods for my next home game. That is quite some. Next game is the clash for the first seed. Interesting. I was actually looking at your match. Yeah, okay, so it'll drop tomorrow. I guess. It will. It's bound to drop tomorrow. But the confidence could go up still, I guess. I mean, this side in the league certainly looks nice, but let's not get over ahead of ourselves. Hey, how was it I was supposed to pronounce your name? Hookox. Enjoying Division 3? Yeah, I think it's quite fun. Have to do some thinking for sure to get things going. So it's a nice Hookox, yeah. So it's a nice change of pace. And certainly once we are done with some more scoring training and we can continue with playmaking. This will be a flex week, obviously, because we have 3 guys playing in midfield. But yeah, I had to resort to a 5-5-0 counterattack today in order to have any chance of closing down his attack. Turisto Lituano. Isheto Gibrivet. Down the left. A wonderful start for MJ. Here come Marino with an attack. Okay, they miss from the central attack. Give us a little side counter. Counter down one of the sides now. Do they usually make substitutions during the games? Oh, we get a counter. Free kick. Oh, too bad. Damn. Anyway, I was checking. Alright, so they swap an attacker. Cifuentes. That's the... Okay, interesting. I guess it'll take a lot of luck here. Love the little back heel, sets up David Freire, central midfielder from Vongola. It's on target, Seragola. Reloading here. No goal, Lacera Emines. Up 1-0 now. It's a quick event from Luigi Palazzi. After 17 minutes and 3-0 already. Giuseppe Donzello for Titanes versus Fayetano Fins. Yeah, that's a little too much, perhaps. Hey Martin. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, for now I'm winning, but it's a very fragile lead. To say the least. Joel Fabrique, central attack, but it's saved by Bucchi. Here comes the PNF event for Kwisatze. Yeah, it was a counterattack down the left. Here comes the equalizer from Frankie Newlands. Unfortunately, central attack. 90 minutes into the game. Let's see Kwisatze if he can turn it around. No, he misses. Wow. Bad luck. Yeah, there goes the hope of getting up by 2. Getting some increased defense rating. Sorry, Marino taking the lead now, 1-0 against Ipesenti. Another PNF event for Kvisatse, but he gets a yellow instead of a chance here. A little too... feisty on that one. Do they have any player? No, passable. I would trade this for 1 point. Hey Mendieta, what would I say is my team's biggest weakness? The fact that we only have 6 players that are supposed to be part of the end team. Is that a fair weakness at the moment? Titanes 4-0. Capellini 22 minutes in. Myelinas has scored from the right side. Anton Apaita. %52 chance. Good weakness to have. Yeah, I mean, but that is the weakness. I think Frankie Mullins have missed a central attack here, and that means we could get a counter attack. Not necessarily utopian tactical level, but it would be great with a left attack. But I could probably say one of the weaknesses will be that the roster, like I will not have a lot of squad depth once we get to the competitive phase. I won't be able to have a lot of players to choose from if we get hit by bad form, or if you have injuries or suspensions. Not unless we, for instance, get very lucky in the cup next season. And generate extra money, and still, like any extra money, like could perhaps get me another player, but to truly have a Legalin up 1-0 now. Gongotson Catalin Corena from the left, 81%. Aren't your defenders a bit weaker than midfield forward? Yeah, that's true, but I mean that's also a consequence of the state of the build, because we're not in a competitive phase. The keeper is not very strong either. We only have one real attacker. One real forward. Jan Lauts. Camellini is not even 25 yet. We have to be patient for a little longer before we can start investing in true end game players. Mylin is up 2-0 now. Pang Kang Song from the left, 46%. But believe me when I say I am looking forward to that phase of the build. VC Ertok. Is this central attack? I think it is. Is he going to give Nasty Dragons the lead here? Is he? He is. Penarosa Pramanta with the equalizer. Willie Bradley down the right. Certainly not the last goal of that match. Titan is up by 5 as well. A rough evening for the Finns tonight. Pico Obisa, Dario Lipuma from the right sector, 61%. Ale Vongola with the equalizer right after Nikki Cole after a right attack. Yellow card for Remy Dosenberg. Guedes now up by 2. Gerardi, central attack, 62 minutes into the match. Guedes potentially moving into the top 4 with a win today. Oh, yeah. Things got a little harder now. That's a big drop. Yikes. Why can't I... What? Comment on what? Sorry, Martin. Mongola attacking down the right. David Freda, but it's a miss. That's lucky for Hattrick and Nasty Dragons. Turisto Lituano made it 2-0. Investoro Sanotti from that must have been even bigger, 79%. I'm getting worried about this. Now I can't wait for the halftime whistle, to be honest. First 1-2. If we can get a regular attack, maybe. It could be because it it might be some auto modding system from YouTube. What's your team called again? Alright, let's take a look. It could be because you only write the ID. First in the league. Looks good. Supernatural counterattack. 2 times down the left, central, and the central giving a goal. Not the most unlucky win ever, but a good win nonetheless. Hey Hattrick. Interesting match for you today. Could go either way. But you should be the favorite with the midfield winning. Too bad about the cup. The point is a point. Yeah, exactly. Hey, born ahead. Hope you're doing well. Well, really just we're following live matches in Hattrick. Do you play Hattrick, Bona? I should be working. I accidentally muted myself a few times because I have a sore throat. Oh, okay, FC Bart. Yes, since 2004. We're stressing out over pixels. Yes. We're stressing over pixels that we have grown fairly attached to. Sonati, for instance. Hey Roman. Good to see you in the chat. But if he's played since 2004, he knows about growing attached to pixel men on the web. Turisto Lituano. Michael Ferraris. Down the left, 59 now. Before the drawback, it was 69%. Still in the lowest division. I was almost bankrupt, so starting over. Errol Kura down the middle of the side, right attack, middle of the field. Please miss it. Can we be lucky? No, we can't. Good. Yeah, a little unlucky for you in the cup. So you pressed for money now? Looks like your stadium is quite full today. Ilya de Vogel has left the field for Guedes and has been replaced by Andrei Budkovan. Yeah, so sad not to continue in the cup. I'll see if I can pass the end of the season. How's your matchup in the Coppa Montale? A hard one. Yeah, I can see. Alf Vestby, Norwegian player. I'll be cheering you on. My goalkeeper was in poor form, and I was in need of a replacement. And this week he came back at 5 in form. Oh, so you've been on the market for a new one. Hey, McCulloch, good to see you in the chat. For your match, Larrick, 61 victories for you, 22.5 for your opponent, 318. Expected goals versus 2.1. Yeah, I had to gamble today, playing a 5-5-0, and we were down to passable formation experience in that one. But he's all out attack, so it was the only way I could potentially stop his attack today. Less than the match of the cup, yeah. Did I already train passing? I've trained some passing, and I earned a little extra. But not a lot. Surprisingly enough, defenders seem to have the highest profit, and not, for instance, like attackers. And they don't have primary usage of passing skill. They do for like tactical purposes, and like the counterattack and the others. But like wingbacks seem to gain the most value of passing. So I'm not done with passing. This match is, well, it's not the most important match ever, because the goal is to do well in the league. We don't have to win the league. If we were trying to win the league, we would probably have to win the match today. But it's 2-1 at the break. Hopefully we can do a little better in the second half. But I'm not too convinced, to be honest. 1-1 between Nasty Dragons and Ale Vongola. We have La Sera Emines leading 1-0 against AC Trebiceri. Legalin and Penarosa Bramante are all square 1-1. At halftime, Marlinas lead 2-0 against Vegan FC. We have San Marino in front 1-0 against Ipesenti. Guedes lead 2-1 home to Piccolo Ovisa. We have Turisto Lituano ahead 4-0 against Mary the Magdalene, and Titanes lead 5-0 against Feutanopins. I had one prospect sent off and one injured today. One of those Sundays. Yeah, I had a rough week in Denmark, to be honest, last week, and today I had to play with one winger out of the squad. And as you can see, Barty has just returned as well. And then my future coach here, he started with the squad. He's out injured today, so we had to get by without a winger, and depending on how we play, a forward or winger as well. I mean, he's not a it's not like he's a superior player, but when you look at the player that had to replace him today, you can see why I missed him, right? My game is just starting, not a bot this time. What is your team called, Bona? Bona Head or Bona Head? Actually, we can take a look. You love my wingers? They won't get any defending. Oh, I already asked you. Sorry. I'm a bit under the weather, to be honest, so Gravenburg. Oh, what are you training? You have no patience for training. What? But how do you play the game? Yeah, but I can't train them in defending. They were out being trained in winger while I trained defending. On the other hand, though, my central midfielders have defending, you could argue, so. You can't have it all. Look at Ostrup, he popped to Titanic playmaking. Was wondering if you were going to do any defense training in Denmark. Those wingers look quite nice, excluding their poor defense skills. Yeah, the problem was I wasn't going to train any winger in Denmark because I'm training inner midfielders. Defense at the moment. I see. You gotta do some proper training. I've trained these guys all the way from 17 years old. And they're starting to come together so nicely. I was thinking hard about the decision to give the wingers more playmaking or more defense, and eventually I ended up thinking, when you look at the contributions, right, from a winger, when you look at the contributions in the unwritten manual, isn't it somewhere here soon? Maybe not here. So winger, would use 45% of his playmaking and 20% of his 35% of his defending skill per side, and 20. Yeah, what's going to, like, we need more midfield. Any of your former youth players in the current Danish or San Marino under 21s? No, not currently. But I'll come here more often. Maybe I'll learn some after 20 years. You are more than welcome to ask any question. Well, I mean, Sanotti had games, right? He had 14 games. But currently, no, there's not a lot going on. I guess I could show you Steinicke here. He's a future national team goalkeeper. Filthy youthful. And what did he play? 14 matches for the under 21s? So, yeah. Can't wait to see him join the national team in a few seasons, hopefully. Oh yeah, Mendieta. Another major weakness at the moment is primarily we want to train scoring, and that means we can only play Volukis always in his actual spot. This week we will swap to playmaking because we had to play them in midfield, but and we have how many weeks left of scoring before it's all done? 7 weeks. Oh, I can't wait. When is the best time to stop relying on a mentor and start managing on your own? There's a risk to make crucial mistakes, but at the same time you can't build your team step by step. I mean, that's pretty hard to answer, but I mean, once you feel confident enough that you know how you Oh yeah, well, you should always acknowledge that you're going to make mistakes and never assume that you know it all, but yeah. I'd say as soon as you have an idea of how to train, I mean, it's hard to. I never had a mentor because it wasn't a thing when I started, so I would never. But then again, I still spar with other managers. Maybe not in a mentor way, right? Once you feel confident enough to know exactly what you want to do with your team, for at least like the plan you have. Do you have a plan? Do you feel you know your plan? If you feel you know your plan, Used to play the game on my own for 10 years, but after joining some Discord communities and chatting more with other managers, I think knowledge and understanding of the game has skyrocketed. You know what, I would actually say, if you get involved with some national team play, and like some of the systems are a little bit different, but getting an idea of how you can, like for instance, specialty matchups and how people think about how they work and stuff, hearing that or seeing that from a national team point of view makes good sense. But then in a club sense, you often have to form your squad around it, or the roster, right? If you understand the training system and how it relates to your formation choices, and you feel confident in that, that's when you don't need a mentor in the classic aspect, like from the official mentor system. Once you know training and know how it relates to your players, and you understand the youth academy system, and you know what you need to go for, that would be when I'd say start playing on your own. But always like spar with other managers. I have a lot of people asking me, aren't you afraid to show your players on the YouTube channel or during the stream? And no, I'm not, because the mold of these players the mold of these players is tested from national team play, and the inspiration for those derives completely from national team targets. Just not as high main skill, because national teams don't really care about wages for the team and they don't have loyalty. Right now your mentor is giving you exact directions who to buy and what tactics to use. Oh, I see. But then, I mean, it is individual when you feel ready to take on the game on your own, of course. And one more thing, like, don't expect this to be anything like football. The best way to have two teams, but I don't have premium. Invite link to, they should be, yeah. If people are still interested in joining that league. Since the rush is, I think the rush, oh, Nasty Dragons, Nasty Dragons, 2-0 from a central attack, Mario Gasparoni. I guess most people played for the rush initially, towards the top league. At least there's good there's good activity in Denmark in the thread. People also sparring and sharing openly how they are approaching this homegrown league. 2-1 for Penarosa Pramanta. It's Willie Bradley with the second goal today. He's having a good night at Legalin FC Arena. Ettore Goppi free kick for Ale Vongole, but they miss it. Probably a good thing for Nasty Dragons to have this attack be a free kick after all. Sunak Bolle. That's the defender coming on for Cifuentes, I think. There we hope for a few regular chances as well in this one. I think that's what it takes if we are to get points. And more as well. Quisat's a PNF goal for Nasty Dragons. Here comes the adjustments for Nasty Dragons. Ignacio Yanello. Both of them about ready to enter the field. $64,000 at Liantre. Not too shabby. fairly slow tonight. I think we can strike before the substitution. Would be lovely. Certainly would be. I have to go, but I will return. Alright, one ahead. Thanks for stopping by and being part of the chat tonight. I'll see you sometime soon, I hope. Have a great Sunday. Good luck in your match as well. Stars on the left wing. Can't wait for this guy to drop a bit of his capacity to the stamina. Pico Obis now 2-0 up. Mircea Alexa. Hey, Young Angus. Ale Vongola. From a winger to head event, Franklin Munoz. Assisting Tony Manzari. I hope so, Young Angus. But I'm starting to get a sore throat and feeling a bit under the weather, obviously, honestly. Started slowly during the stream earlier today. So I'm just hoping that it'll be gone tomorrow and I feel perfectly fine. Alright, here comes the substitution from San Marino Uno. Janello enters the field for Frankie Mullens. And Sunagabole. 6%. Seems like we get a chance soon. Thank you. Really hope so too. .8 expected goals versus 1.6. Hey, Trillionaire. No, all it takes is that you go to dhth.net. Then you download the add-on. It's in German when you land on the page, but you can turn it to English. Pico Obisa up 3-2 after central attack. Enrico Bossio gives Pico Obisa the lead. Now it's turned around. Oh, Surcic gives away the ball to Thomas Paulson. And then it's 3-1 for Club San Marino. How do you feel about the channel's growth? I've noticed there aren't many channels like this, yet your content is so underrated. Yeah, well, I feel great about the growth of the channel. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily because people are underrating the content. I think it's simply just a very niche thing to do this Hattrick thing. What do we have? 200,000 managers? Vegan FC clawing one back here. Jesus Lopez from a central attack. That's a pretty good one. It must have been a little lower though. 40%. Ipesenti. PNF goal from Arnold Hassenrott. That's going to be very helpful in the future. Well, you're welcome. I will have to warn you that on peak times it may be very slow to load at times. So you have to... Like, it's pretty good now. Peak Robisa 4-2. Now, after a central attack, Tyson Edwards. And it must have been 55%, yeah. And I also get, like, I guess... I mean, unlike other games, I don't think Hattrick is particularly entertaining to anyone not playing the game. So like, if you think at 2,300 subscribers on YouTube, that is equal to 1% of the entire Hattrick population subscribing to your channel. So if you think about that, it's actually quite big, right? Hey MJ, quick stop today. Yeah, you're doing the bot bashing today. We left that objective to you, and you're doing ever so well. Now, from what I like, a lot of Hattrick managers are also not the kind of managers that would take to YouTube or Twitch, for that matter, to learn more about the game, for instance. They prefer forums and more like older schools of ways, right? So that's also a thing you have to take into consideration. And I don't know, like, you have some fairly big communities in Hattrick which aren't English speaking as well. So no lurkers here, just die-hard fans. Myelinas attacking through the center. Good low shot, heading straight at Knut Eichfeld. It goes into the goal. It's the Stan Coleman reference. 3-1. I remember back in the day when I started playing Hattrick in 2002 with my first team. You used to have, like in the Danish translation, you used to have reference to old Danish players, like catching it with one hand, Peter Schmeichel. When a player got a nasty injury, it would reference one of our great players back in the day, Allan Simonsen. And I also remember a reference to Preben Elkjær Larsen. And then you realize that it's been 24 years and those references, while I still appreciate them very much, new players wouldn't really catch on. But I remember hearing tales about Allan Simonsen breaking his leg in the old Idrætsparken, and people could visibly see that his leg was broken because yeah, you could see it in the sock, like it just had this itch. And that was a thing in Hattrick. Trebicati robbed the ball deep in their own territory. Alberto Anis Sarelli. They would have to hit the left. Yeah, it's a 1% central chance. That's not going to cut it. Do we have any chance whatsoever of making it back into this match? We'd have to be very lucky. All right, Milan Juve. That's a big one. Enjoy the game, McCulloch. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Trebicati, Venanzini fooling the head specialist, Magulo. It's the second time today, I think. It is, but it's also the second time that he missed such an opportunity. Marko Urmlic. That's Legalin. Oh, it's a missed right attack, 70%. He'll be kicking himself for missing such a big attack. Such a big chance, I should say. Linas. Up 4-1. It's the Winger to Head event. Ignacio Virgil for Anton Apaita. And it's 4-1. They are second the minute. Paulson starting to falter a bit here, but Virilli and Giro Lomoni. Nah, maybe not. Right, it's about remembering that we are in a process, and we're not supposed to be competing already. But like a quick goal or two certainly wouldn't hurt us. Certainly not. Michele Gregnanin. Oh, Roman. Thank you so much. That's way to counter you. Maya Linas has made it 5-1. Armel Ifani from the left attack. How many percentages were that? 31%. Roman, that's the first time someone ever has done that. Thank you so much. Keep it up. It's a feeble attempt from Vegan to try to get back into this match. Oh no! Now they score from a free kick as well. Errol Kura. Stop. AC Trepikeri and Possessor has equalized from a left attack. Pierluigi Brunello Mattioli. Notice this very nice wine theme on his team. That's so fun. Kvisatze with a second PNF goal tonight, really showcasing how powerful this specialty is. Malkas Kvisatze. Had to support for your work. I'm watching you on Twitch and here. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Yellow card for Gualandi. Like if he gets a red. Oh, maybe. I think it's... I'm not saying anything else now. Janelo. On the left. Okay, now they missed. Please, can we just get like at least 2 goals in order to save our confidence and make sure the fans aren't too unhappy about everything. Penarasa 3-1. Olaf Mahin. Well, he's seen some things, this guy. Look at his trophy case. Counter-attack. Down the left. Or the right. Not the middle, but it's the middle. Franchioni. Franchioni, what are you doing? Turisto Lituano. 5-0. Silvestro Zanotti. Is that a brace now? It is. In fact, a brace. Peak Robise 5-2. Detlef Massen. Central attack. Must have been like 40%. 48 even. Wow. Here comes Guedes. Trying to hit back instantly. Mikael De Schmidt. Oh, that's an unpredictable event. Wow. Yeah. Ignacio Janello. Stop. Okay, good. Now, could we please get a little consolation goal? A tiny one? Okay. Right attack. Right attack. 73%. Come on. Yes. Giro Lomoni. And now 2 chances. 2 regular chances. Oh, it's because this one is counted as our chance from Sorsic. Soria Marino 3-1 central attack. Fausto Micheloni central attack. 35% chance. Nice. Nice. Oh, look, he's from the right. Guedes, 3-1, another central attack. Yeah, wow, all those central attacks. 50%, 49. Really? Volukis, how can you do this to me? How do you miss that one? Whoops. We were supposed to check the stats. He's only scored 3 goals this season. This isn't going to help. Next year, maybe. Next season. Five minutes to go. I wonder how the fans are going to react in this. They are fairly harsh in Denmark, I should say. Whenever we lose, so can't imagine it's going to be a lot better here in San Marino. Penarasa turning on the style here. Mark Paradis. 67%. Often it is quite all-out attacky here in San Marino. Open sectors a lot of the time. I don't think there's a lot more to hope for in this. Oh, okay, there's no more to wish for here. We just need to get to the end of this match without any trouble now, because we're losing organizational level here. Oh, it's not dropping. Does it take the... Since it only drops from solid to solid, does it take the... No, it can't take it into consideration, because I guess we would be over excellent if you counted today's game. The positive thing is, if we meet an all-out attack opponent, we can play 5-5-0 now in a counter. But realistically, we should perhaps practice a formation with a bit more punch attacking. Substitution for Myelinas. That's on the drawing board. We'll see how we approach that. It's certainly better to try to do such a thing when we are not also trying to compete in the cup. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. 2 more minutes added to the ordinary playing time. Stoppages. Valda Pechevnik, of course. Makes it 4-3. Excitement to the very last second in this match. 2 more minutes added. Hold on, Alaric. Wow, but look at this 6-point gap potentially now. It's a draw, 1-1 between AC Trebecchieri and La Sera Amines. It's not showing the league update now. Excuse me. Just like you prefer to get 2 extra goals. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a little too optimistic in this scenario. I think we have to be happy out not losing a lot, because it was a gamble with the formation experience. Soria Marino wins 3-1 against Ipesenti in the top flight. But we are gathering resources and No. We got 1 extra goal to help with the team confidence, and I'm happy enough about that. They were a difficult matchup because they've won all the matches so far in the league. Nasty Dragons take a big win against Alev Mongolia as well and have a 6-point gap to number 4 in the league. That's good news for Alaric, I think. Penarosa Bramante wins 4-1 against Legalin. Mylinas grab a 5-1 win against Vegan FC 1902, and Piccolo is 4 minutes at it. Yeah. Titanes win 5-0 against Fayetano Fins. Merida Magdalene has been butt bashed by Turisto Lituano FC. Let's just remove this one for now and check, see. Final minute now for Guedes and Piccolo Ubise. So let's head over to Division 3-4. The new league standings have us placed 4th. 7 points is the gap to number 1 now. But really, anything to play for still. We'll play ACLDL. They played an encounter today. Outstanding. No. Titanic. Yeah, that makes more sense with those defense ratings. And central attack. This suits us way better. Way better. I'm thinking we have options here. That's nice. Fans -2, still delirious. Okay, that's alright. Alright, as a final thing tonight, because I really need to get some rest and not be talking really. I'm getting a sore throat, so let's see here. Penarrosa Pamante, 10 points. 2 points trailing Mylinas. But they're playing Ipesenti and Mylinas Legalin, so they might be able to open a big gap in the next round. That's interesting for them. If they draw, potentially. Piccolo Bise 4th. But not very far from top to bottom in the Campionato Samarinese. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for being here tonight in the chat and being part of the stream. Thank you so much, Roman, for your support. I really appreciate that. I've never had that happen before, so that's thank you so much. That's very nice of you. And also the rest of you guys, thank you for supporting and watching the channel. Hopefully I will be feeling much better tomorrow already, but certainly next weekend. So no, wait, maybe on Sunday. Yeah, maybe there's a stream, because I have a thing on Saturday and Sunday next weekend. So yeah, I'm hoping that I feel well enough to stream at least, and maybe Sunday. Not entirely sure. Anyway, thank you so much for watching tonight. Have a great enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and have a great week in Hattrick and outside, of course, as well. Bye.